So Revolution Shield was really the result of a ballistic barrier company approaching us and saying, can we work together on making a table that incorporates a ballistic barrier as a security device for different kinds of public and private spaces? And we said, wow, we've got this, we have a patented lightweight table core, which we call Revolution, and ballistic barriers are heavy. So you put the two things together like an Oreo sandwich, and you wind up with a lightweight table that stops bullets. One of the really common types of table that are used in schools and corporations and many different kinds of places is called a flip-top table. With a flip-top table, you have a horizontal surface and you have a modesty panel. And when you flip the table like this, the horizontal surface becomes part of the facing surface, the vertical surface, along with the modesty panel. So what Revolution Shield does is you pull this little handle, the table flips down, and you have the opportunity to duck. You have something to duck behind that will stop handgun bullets. It's meant to flip down in a, I'm going to use a term that actually I don't think you can find in Webster's dictionary, a non-distortive fashion. So you drop the table and it ka-thunks, but it doesn't move the table out of the alignment of you being the duck behind person. Well, the table has locking casters, which help keep the table in place, but also the ballistic material acts like a net. So the bullet goes into the net and it doesn't come out of the other side of the net. So it doesn't necessarily thrust the table back. We haven't tested it without the casters being locked, but with them being locked, the table doesn't move at all. Their material that's inside the Revolution table works really well. And the Revolution table is this incredibly lightweight table, and you put the two things together, and you've got this mobile ballistic shield, basically. Related to the Revolution Shield table is in my opinion, as a layperson, a ballistic layperson, is this notion that things like drywall or tables or whatever stops bullets. Nothing could be further from the truth. Amazingly, the bullets go through these things like there's nothing between the bullet and the person behind the thing. So Revolution Shield is quite different in that way. It does really stop the bullets. Revolution Shield is handgun rated. The ballistic company that we work with is a company called Amulet, based in Scottsdale, Arizona. And the specifics on handgun ratings, they have 3A and the National Institute of Justice, they have certain codes. But basically what it does is it will stop a bullet from any caliber handgun from 22 to 44 Magnum. And the 44 Magnum bullets they're big, they're huge. Well, Amulet has also rifle-rated materials, which will stop a bullet fired from a rifle, as the name implies. We don't have specific plans to introduce Revolution Shield with a rifle rating, but we might in the future. I'm thinking any public or unsecured private space is a possibility, simply because, and this is just me speaking, I make no claim of having any notion of security or threat assessment or any of that kind of thing, but it seems to me like it's pretty easy to get into an open public space or an open private space with a handgun. Schools, in my very humble opinion, my very uneducated security opinion, they need to have security consultation rather than just buying a product and putting it in. But we think the Revolution Shield table could be a useful school element of a security threat assessment package. One of the things that they do is they look at the size of the space. They look at the number of people occupying the space. And then they think about where those people can go that they'll be protected against a ballistic situation, a shooter, an active shooter. And so, my very uneducated perspective would be, based on my own experience in classrooms, 3 Revolution Shield tables, which would cost in the neighborhood of $20,000.